Hello everybody, welcome back. This game's getting darker and darker as we go. And I feel Estinian is the next to fall. They don't they they want to only brood in silence, to be left alone with their grief until time itself comes to an end. The sole reward for shameless bloodshed, a pain I understand and wish I did not. What fools we were. But now isn't the time for such thoughts. The others will want to hear what we've learned. Come. I wonder if there's like mining stuff out here. That'd be weird. It's gonna be the end of the world and mine and gather and hunt. I saw an aetheryte over there. It's probably the next area. I gotta find the Final Fantasy original soundtrack for all games. Were you able to establish any meaningful contact with the dragons? They were killed by the Borg. I see. They wish to escape what they perceive to be the cycle of conflict. Thank you, Hidden. Stinian. As for our part, I believe we are more accurately aware of our confines than before. We started by traversing the perimeter of the island to see if there might be a path leading off. Sadly, there is nothing to be found. There is no small amount of debris floating about. Could be enough to serve as a bridge to lead us somewhere else. I considered that. So I tried throwing a stone onto a potential platform to judge its integrity, but it never reached its mark. As it crossed an invisible threshold just beyond the boundaries of the island, it vanished, only to reappear above me and fall at my feet. It would not be too quick to presume that what we see outside this space is as it appears. Which is why I returned to the Ragnarok and asked the Lapras to search for a potential path. However, the ship's instruments failed to provide conclusive data on the surrounding area. Until we know more, I think it is too risky to attempt flying to another island. What Pateron told us before, the emotions dictate reality here. Might be the key. I am not entirely sure what emotion might manifest a bridge to lead us to safety. I have the Deus Ex Machina that can help us all here. I got a crystal. Can I use that crystal? Find our way up? Please? I have it. Hello? Whatever, these NPCs are idiots. So what you're saying is we have no way forward. At present, if it is indeed emotion that governs this island, perhaps it's not Meteons, but the dragons that hold us here. They tire of conflict, and have chosen the path of oblivion to escape it. Or rather, they have chosen no path. No path at all. Meaning there is no way for the dragons or anything on this island to advance. Sound theory, disheartening as it may be. If that is the case, what recourse do we have? They are not like to be persuaded to help us. Their reasoning is built on a history of turmoil and strife. Without irrefutable proof, the future is not as bleak as they believe it to be. Mayhaps persuasion is not the answer. Pateron is meant to unmake us then and there on the Ragnarok. And she would have succeeded if not for Thancred's determination. She concluded that it was strong enough to overpower the despair that otherwise rules Ultima Thule, and reshape it to a degree. Perhaps it can be done again in like manner, by overpowering the prevailing emotions. 'Twas Ultima Thule's architect, Pateron herself, against whom Thancred did pit himself into a clash of wills. Though I marked no leader among them, as such, I did encounter a dragon possessed of despair far more potent than most. Potent enough, mayhap, to dictate the course of the others, and thus their domain to follow. He spoke but a few words, carefully chosen, their tone in timbre alone, threatening to rend my heart in twain, challenging his desire to remain may allow us to alter the island upon which we stand. Alas, my fear has vaulted rhetoric availed me not against his calcifying heart. But mayhap one of you will fare better. Then I shall guide thee, all in Mealand, they call him, the dragon, in the dragon tongue. Thou wilt find him nearby, eyes fixed upon the water. Well, what do we have to lose? Let's get going. What's going on, Estinian? His name is Alan. I come halfway across the damn galaxy, and the first intelligent life I find, his name is Alan. Can I fly? No? Okay. Oh my god, there is gathering. I find that hilarious. His name is Alan.
He remaineth as he was when I first approached, entombed in melancholy.
I see. Perhaps I could...
I'll handle this. So, waiting to die like all the others, are you? So you say. Yet your kind has found a new beginning on our star. One of you braved the Expanse, bearing with him a clutch of eggs. They and their children now rule our skies, their song heard by all. They suffered much, and repaid their suffering in kind. Had your brethren made the selfsame choice, my family might still be alive. Yet lasting peace does not come to those who simply retreat from conflict. No, you must be willing to confront it, to stare into the face of your foe, and see yourself in him. Only then can you break the cycle of torment and tragedy. This lesson, a dear friend taught me at the risk of his life. There is no nobility in your penance. You wallow in self-pity. And after everything we've endured, we will not let you stop us.
Estinian is about to piss off a dragon.
Estinian!
Stay back.
Up and goodbye, Estinian.
No! Not Estinian too!
There's a wind.
He's opened the way for us. Sacrificed himself to remake this place, like Thancred did. Oh, Alphino. Come. Let us follow the wind. It will not lead us astray. He would not.
Well, that's 2 down. Got 5 more to go. 6 more to go. Gonna let this one breathe for a minute. Alphino is probably broken right now. He's probably the next to go. Wait, what? Oh. Stupid caps lock. Oh, look, the wind. This is Estinian's doing. I'm sure of it. We should ride its flow and see where it leads. As the powerful gate delivers you to another island. The other side should be right before long. Oh, for plenty sake. Pretty much said he did it to save us. The dragons remain trapped within a prison of their own making, lamenting the horrors of war, yet Estinian knew them better than most. He was a man of honor and a dear friend, willing to fight to the very end for what he believed was right. And he's still fighting, Alphino. Just like Thancred. Their sacrifices are why we can survive here. Why we still stand a chance to stop her. Even in spirit, they're unwilling to give in to despair. We mustn't either. Alize is right. We must press on, for their sake. Roads paved. Sacrifice? As your stolen ally said, we must continue. Notice the change in our surroundings. Perhaps this is a memory of an altogether different world? It would be prudent to learn more then. Tread carefully, lest we lose our footing in the sand. Oh, who's gonna fall next? Were it not for the violet crystal embedded in its surface, it would appear to be an ordinary stone. A curious script hath been etched upon them. Alas, it is not of a language of which I am familiar. I cannot say I recognize it either. Nor I. The dragons, from what I recall, preserve their knowledge in song and eschew the written word entirely. So we may assume this is the work of another race, one we have yet to encounter. Pateron claimed the dragons would have suffered a slow death, seeking the release of oblivion. What life we find here, like as not, doth wind its way towards a similar end. See if I can. Oh, this is the script of in the titles, like this. It looks cool though. It probably says something. What do you suppose that is over there? That is a beholder. We do not want to go over there. I'm not sure. It's hard to make out this at this distance. But the surface seems to bear the same crystals as this monument. Meaning there's a chance we may find whoever built them both. We should go over and have a look. Come on. What the hell are those things? Drifting, yeah. Oh, going up? Oh no, go see figure. Hi there, little one. You don't want to attack me, right? Oh, he's so cute! Hail, Travers. This is a most unexpected occurrence. Hello there. Is this your home? It is indeed. Forgive me, I have forgotten. An exchange of introductions is expected when first meeting those with whom one is unacquainted. When the vibration of vocal folds was still recognized to convey our thoughts and intentions. Yeah, I believe, was the pronunciation used when referring to our people. Though it is not entirely applicable given our present state, you are welcome to use this appellation. Words. As for nomenclature to address this individual person, I believe it would be pronounced Copa Cog. He's now CC. I'm not going to even try to pronounce it every time. Yeah, CC of the Ita. We have encountered beings that communicate intermittently through thought, but never one that was wholly without a voice. I presume we are having this conversation via a medium of ether, or dynamis, as the space is suffused with vast quantities of it. Fascinating in its case. I gather your response to my presence is positive then. It is well, for there is something I wish to ask of you. Like yourselves, we Ia are aether-based life forms. Therefore, we may be surmised that your bodies are comprised biological composition of those we once possessed. I have a number of queries regarding your subjective perception of the five senses: sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. In total, we have prepared 198,712,180,827. That's rather a lot, isn't it? Oh, my apologies. I have omitted a great many details necessary to the nature of my request. Though we dispensed of our corporeal vessels long ago, we have rediscovered a need for the flesh, and have endeavored to recreate our earnest forms. However, all pertinent records have been lost due to the passage of time. Take, for example, the nervous system. It is well within our power to recreate, but we have no frame of reference for sensations once experienced by our people, which may compromise our ability to interact with our physical environment. And the reason you need to regain corporeal forms? Why, to bring the end of our existence, of course. Though need is perhaps a strong word. It would be a simple matter to unmake ourselves through use of etheric extenuators, such as death seems inadequate. The traditionalists among us believe proper death requires the inescapable sense of impertinence in one's final moments. An experience found only with bodies of flesh. What the hell? No, Y'shtola. We should very much like to hear more of your plans. In exchange, we will answer any questions you have to the best of our ability. Such an exchange of information would indeed prove useful. Very well. To ensure affectionate exchange, I hereby invite you to our home. Yes, the abode of Ia, where we traditionalists prepare for our demise. I presume your consent to answer questions is indicative of a tact approval of our plan, in which case your cooperation is greatly appreciated. I must caution you, however, to be mindful of Ita wandering the desert. Their desire for bodies of flesh could be described as overzealous. Now, if you would follow me. It's going rather smoothly. Not that I'm complaining, mind. Even so, we mustn't forget our aim. Their aim is oblivion, much like the dragons. Though I fail to see why a civilization seems so advanced would choose to unmake all that they've created. At any rate, we will find no answers dallying here. Let us be on our way. She's probably the next to go. And I'm not gonna like it if you stole up balls. Give this one to Urianger, please. Because I can care less about Urianger. Okay, CC. Welcome to our abode. Most of our compeers you will find remain idle in their domiciles. Though your quizzical expressions indicate my phrasing is unclear. I speak, of course, to the violent crystalline constructs hanging from the stone structures there. You say they remain idle, but what of your work to regain corporeal bodies? An astute question, and understandable given your finite nature. We have no desire to pursue our research, for it is no longer necessary. If, in our idleness, we are struck with a sudden inspiration, we rise to pursue that inspiration to its conclusion. That is why I present for your arrival, and why I continue to engage you still. But while the others are not in a motile state, rest assured they will not object were you to disturb their respite. You need only cast your thoughts towards them, one of their crystal domiciles to communicate. Okay. I hope your Stola doesn't die. I don't want your Stola to die. She's been there since the start. I do not want her to die. Cast your thoughts upon the crystal domicile and there is no response. You wish to speak? Very well, pray a moment, if you would. Why we seek our end, you ask? If you wish to know, I will tell you. Just a moment, I must remember. What form did I take the last I emerged? Should go to the Aetherite. Strange moaning comes and goes. Soon fades to silent. Yeah, let him be. Sounds like he's a little busy. think there's one more aetheryte altogether. According to the mission guide. I'm not clicking the missions, just showing me where the unlocks are. Did your inquiries yield satisfactory responses? 2 people are cool. I see. If they fail to answer, then it is likely because their minds have unraveled due to prolonged idleness. They are not but concentrated aether now. Very not. There are no others who have need of those lodgings, and they will not prove a hindrance to remain as they are. But more importantly, you said some few did answer your quest for audience, yes? I imagine they will be with us ere long. Flesh abandoned? Abandoned. Oh, that's an ED. Okay. That's an L. Double swashes is an L. Looks like the pyramid is an A. This is an E. F was the other way. Small triangle's a D. Huh. They've actually made an entire language. That's cool. I had no luck, but everyone else fared well enough. Quite a few Etta have awakened. Ah, there they are. May I introduce to you Lalak, Duduk, and Neneg. At least their names are better than his. It has been so long, CC. Copcog. Oh, it's going to be Copcog. Cool. I dare say Sedvar 4 has since completed in orbit. Indeed. Until the travelers brought it to my attention, I hadn't noticed how unraveled some have become. Travelers? Of course. The ones who wish to know why we seek to regain our corporeal forms. Truth of the matter is as plain to see that the neighboring systems, but my single account would fail to satisfy the requirements of scientific objectivity. Thus did I bid them to awaken you. Am I the only one who struggles to tell who is speaking? Aye, thou art not. In the abundance of corporeal forms, the divergence they afford mayhap such similarity in voice is unavoidable. Oh, by the way, Cupcug, have you already observed the requisite custom for the travelers? That which is expected to do when receiving guests, a matter of proper form. Ah, yes, so long has it been. It has completely escaped my mind, and still does. What was it again? I can't seem to remember. Neither do I. Pity, I was hoping you would. Perhaps we could search for the archives for the answer? Come now, Henhig. The archives have long since been frozen. Lest we subject ourselves to further delure. Surely you can recall that much. Ah, of course, food. The custom is to serve food. Beings of flesh, such as they, might regular replenish of ether. By contributing to the replenishment, we communicate our friendly intention. Alright. That's right. That's right. We duly invite you to join us in our communal respite, which we may engage in leisurely conversation. If we have a chance to learn something, then I see no reason to decline. Excellent. If you would care to follow, we shall feast. We shall feast you on the purest ether. Okay. Everybody has a doggy. I don't have one yet. I guess I have to finish or do something. But I don't mind. This facility is where we replenish our ether. There is no particular name for it, but we traditionalists sometimes use the word restaurant. Now then, if you would place your commands, the space will soon be awash with purest ether and absorb as much as you like. We're all going to... this will be weird. You brace yourself for the rush of sweet, sweet ether, but nothing seems to happen. Perhaps you must need to wait longer? There's none. There is no ether on this place. Nothing happens. Just as I suspected. As meticulously as one might recreate the Etta's home world, this is Ultima Thule. One cannot simply generate ether here. As recreations, our friends are oblivious to this fact, to the very truth that their existence, might, like the phantoms of the recreated Amaranth. However, appearances may seem we might be mindful that this is the memories of the dead whom we deal. So, did you have your fill of ether? Alas, we could not absorb it. A deficiency in our forms, it would seem. Oh, how very unfortunate. May I ask how you normally replenish your ether? We eat it through the mouth. Through your mouths, you say? How very primitive and quaint. Hey, I got another one right. To think that their mouths not only serve not only to expel sound, but to draw in sustenance. Besides, such life forms have long since vanished in our systems. Though we, regrettably, could not partake in your magnificent feast, rest assured we feel your welcome most keenly. Of course, of acquainting ourselves with your sophisticated ways, however, we could not fail to wonder, wherefore do thou wish to obtain vessels of flesh, and thence to vanish? Will you not favor us with an explanation? I have a feeling I know exactly what it is. Your flesh and blood beings are always so hasty. Does it have It does have its charm, however. Very well, we shall indulge you. In the beginning, when the Eth yet possessed corporeal bodies, our ancestors dedicated themselves in the pursuit of knowledge and technological advancements. By transcending all limitations, we believed we would eliminate sorrow and abide in true happiness. From the intangibles, such as land, to the intangibles, such as labor, there exist myriad hindrances to progress. But the most confiding of all is the flesh itself. Our natural lifespan was distressingly middling, you see. Too short to enjoy unhurried lives, yet too long to be considered disposable. Furthermore, to simply maintain the integrity of our bodies demanded considerable resources. But we managed to solve this problem. After long years, we discovered of how to become incorporeal entities with everlasting lives, untroubled by the failures of flesh. Thus changed when we had more time and freedom to continue our scientific pursuits. When we went to make ever greater strides in our quest to transcend all limitations until we finally decided to challenge the last of them all, the limit of knowledge. That is to say, deciphering the laws of creation. We sought to discover how the universe came into being and explain all extant phenomenon, and thence predict the future. If we could but achieve this, we believe that we would be free from uncertainty and anxiety. And did you find the answers you sought? Yes, we did. Our efforts revealed to us a fundamental truth. Knowledge of sad truth is essential for the continuation of our conversation. If you would learn more, we shall share with you. No, we mustn't. Primitive as they are, it would be unspeakably cruel to deprive them of their ignorance. They are possessed of corporeal forms. Their lives readily end. And those who have gone before, is it not our duty to warn them? What thinkest thou? We have deliberately come to a consensus. If you are resolved to know it, we would disclose the truth we discovered, the truth of the universe. Seek us at the stone pillars just outside the bounds of the abode, the place called Elgitia. Elegia? Elegia. I don't know. It's not like I have... Stola, you okay? Fundamental truth. We will hear it, of course. Let us learn what has led to such enlightened people to this indolent end. Okay. Guys, guess this is where we're going to end things. I hope everything is going well for you guys. This is a really dark episode or series. It seems to only get darker. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.